Hi, and welcome to another vlog with me, Fettouhi. And, well, today we're gonna discuss a little bit a couple of different things. First off, been reading a lot. E3 is around the corner. We see a ton of reveals already. Uncharted collection and a couple other things, Assassin's Creed, you name it. Plenty of stuff already being launched, and I'm thinking that this is pretty much. I know this is actually trying to get the hype up for E3, but for me at least, it's really just overflowing the market, or at least my information channel. It's just too much to handle. I can't figure anything out anymore. It's just, oh crap, this game is out. Oh, is this coming now? Is it coming later? What platform? Okay, now 5 seconds later something else is out. Then we're just. I would actually rather see having like a nice and quiet before E3, like they did like on a Friday show and game trailers were G4 when that was around, and then had that build up, and then the weekend we have on. Then Monday we start with Microsoft and Sony. I would rather see that again. This year is just too much, in my opinion. A lot of the other things is that it's. Is this a sign? In my opinion, this could be a sign that some of Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony are actually trying to pull a little bit out of the E3 because they want their own thing. But again, they're probably going to reveal a lot of things. But again, what is revealing today? Because yeah, they're probably going to show off and probably going to talk about, for instance, uh, Uncharted, the collector's edition, which is pretty much going to be amazing. But it's just like I don't think well announcing that and then just spending like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of it is pretty much a waste of time because I would rather see 5 minutes, 10 minutes something else that you haven't announced. And it's just that they're actually just pretty much just pre-launching a lot of things. I don't know how the show is going to be, but some people also or some companies also just giving a list out. This is what I'm going to talk about. It's going to be shown, and you can come by or watch it, whatever. I think what that was EA or Ubisoft or Konami. No, I don't think Konami is going to do anything. It doesn't really matter. Can't remember who was, but it's just like I think with if this year is going to keep up, I would rather see them pre-record everything and then just show it on their own channel and skip E3. Just let it die out because then also we might be able to get access to, for instance, all the demos they're talking about, which are going to be at the booth and all that, and we're not going to be there. And there are some of them, of course, not going to be available on the store. Microsoft actually did some of it, like or Hardline DA the last year, where we can actually download the game and try it out, the alpha or pre-alpha, what it was. That was great. I would rather see something like that, but a lot of things are gonna stay the same. Like you're gonna be at a show, it's gonna be maybe behind closed doors and all that. And I think that's just. I think with the age we're in, with high speed internet, and 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 some like Sony did their own reveal of the PS4 for their own show. They've shown they can do this. So why not do their own show and spend money on that and their marketing campaign? I know E3 is a big marketing stunt. They get a lot of interesting people, but again, I don't know. I've probably it's probably the press that's probably the most important people, showing them off behind the booth, behind closed doors and all that. It's probably the most thing. We see Michael Pachter and Giant Bomb talk about people. Hey, they pretty much go from place to place. They don't have time to actually stop by and talk to people because they booked up their calendar and stand in line actually to play stuff because of all that. So I don't know. It's just it's weird time, and I'm skeptical about how if this is good or bad. I think it's great that we, as the viewer, the consumer, can actually peek in and see a lot of things better. If the camera doesn't fuck up, if you remember, like I think it wasn't last E3, but years ago, Sony guy, or at least I was pissed when I was watching the E3 press conference from Sony, and the guy was like, I think it was the producer was just like insanely stupid, doesn't know what he was doing because I was just yelling at the screen, why the hell are you zooming out when you're actually trying to show a trailer and panning away and then showing the crowd when there's a speaker and oh, it was horrible. I think we also saw that at Microsoft. Just like that's when I think, okay, let's just pre-record this and do it right, and let that fucker get a job at Dunkin' Donuts or something. That's my opinion about that. But I hope E3 is gonna be good. I hope we're gonna see some new stuff. I'm still waiting for Shadow of the Beast, which was announced like when the PS4 launched, saying that this game is gonna come, and we haven't heard of it. We don't know if it's canceled or anything. I don't want to hear about the remastered editions anymore. I'm tired of it. Personally, I think if you look at how many new games that's on either system, well, Nintendo is pretty much the one that has the most new releases. If we look at it that way, but or at least on par with the Sony, the PlayStation, and Microsoft. If we look at what actually is new, there's actually not that many titles because most of them are remastered editions of stuff like, for instance, Last of Us remastered edition of ports of Super Meat Boy and all that, and those are digital titles. But it's just like, well, I understand indie people are going to put their stuff up because that's a small developer. For instance, Uncharted. Well, the games are actually just last gen. All the Uncharted games are on PS3. If it was on PS2 and PS1, I could understand this here. God of War, maybe, yeah, but it's only the third one, and we had the digital remastered edition on the PS3 already, and I think it's God of War 3 that's gotten a release on PS4 now, and it's just like, I don't remember if it's out here or anything, but it's just like, I can't stand this. I want new games. I want, like, for instance, the Division. I want Uncharted 4. I want Red Dead Redemption 2. I would. One of the things, like, for instance, if we look at Red Dead, that's a game, for instance, well, I would like to see that on PC rather because that's a modding that game would be so great. So those the modding community I would actually see porting to instead of porting it to a console, which is so static, because the modding community has such it does such a great job. We can see that with Skyrim, but it's just for consoles. I would actually like more static titles that are not remastered constantly or ported. Other than, for instance, if it's ported, for instance, from another platform or post platform, Nintendo only or Microsoft, which is never going to happen, or PC only. That that I could see, but again, if it's PC only, I'm probably not going to buy it. I'm probably not have it. So again, it's shrinking the market. It's overflowing the market with remastered editions. It's just, in my opinion, a little bit lame. I'm pretty much playing mostly on my PC. Witcher 3 is probably the game that I'm spending most of my hours on. Actually, I'm not. I'm doing this here. I'm actually working. Got my work laptop right here. I play like 1 hour a day. That's all I can pretty much in a working day put in, because it gets home late. Yeah. But on other things, we have, for instance, Kickstarter. I think. Well. Speaking of Kickstarter, actually, we have Concuri, which is out, and I definitely recommend you people checking it out on YouTube. It's 40 minutes long. Also um, check out the soundtrack, which is pretty awesome. Also, And also check out on YouTube the behind the scenes with David Hasselhoff. He actually has a pretty good interview about how they made the music video that he of the song that he actually made for the soundtrack, and he also has a little cameo in it. So that's that's actually interesting. Great Kickstarter. When we were talking about Kickstarter, we also had to talk a little bit about Basta or Kickstarter and Indiegogo. We have to at least mention Uwe Boll. Well, the skid mark, in my opinion, the skid mark of music, the music or the game, not the gaming, but the movie industry. Oh Christ! My personal opinion about him, he makes the worst movies ever. And I'm happy that all 3 times he didn't get his stupid Kickstarter Indiegogo campaign funded because Rampage 3 is not a good movie. He can say whatever he wants. It's not a good movie, and I'm glad that people are voting with their wallets and saying "fuck you," and fuck him also for doing that stupid uh, a child. I gotta say, it was a childish, a childish video he did, which has gotten pretty viral about him being pissed about it. I think he should be happy that at least some people donated. Say thanks to them, and well, he was actually more than mad. He was mad about saying, like, for instance, people were saying, like, you should try this, try this. Well, first off, if you first time it doesn't work, and the same moron tells you again, try it again, and it doesn't work the second time, well, maybe you shouldn't try a third time. And also, there's no guarantees. Even if it goes viral, we've seen, for instance, a good example, the guy who actually behind Ultima had trouble getting funds for his stuff, and we've seen plenty of things going where we've seen it on the old joystick side, we've seen on Polygon and all that. It didn't get funded, and that's pretty much well, tough noogies. That's it. Didn't get money, and well, you can try again, or you can be, of course, mad about it, but don't blame people because, well, it's not our fault that you're not interested enough to actually get money. And also, I think already, if I remember correctly, a lot of people already supported your movies over time, all the crappy movies you've been paying, because the way Uwe Boll makes movies these days, or has been always, from my knowledge at least, is that in Germany, which is where his main company headquarters is for at least uh, what's it called, for at least that time. It is that, for instance, over here, if I make a movie, for instance, I can get a tax reduction on it. I actually get funded by it. I can also ask for funds of some people or a small state, for instance. I actually support movie development, and they do the same thing in Germany. So that's why he makes the movies in Germany, but maybe shoots them in other places. For instance, he had uh, was it Dungeon Siege or whatever it was, a fucking horrible movie with Jason Statham. He has plenty of stars on his repertoire who he has been casting, but that doesn't mean he's been doing a great job because, for instance, just because you can hire a famous actor doesn't mean he likes you or pretty much is only there for the fucking check. I don't blame people to do their job because they get paid, no matter who they are. You might take in consideration why they want it, but maybe they need the money. We've seen Nicolas Cage do horrible stuff, and he's probably doing it for mostly because the screen acting latest movies doing. But that's another thing. But I can only be happy about this, in my opinion at least. I'm not arguing that some people like his stuff. Personally, I like probably movies that other people hate. Taste is variable, and everybody has their own taste. They are entitled to their own taste. But I'm just saying that just because that the majority of people who are on maybe watched the campaign either in the GoGo Kickstarter or wherever he was on shouldn't be blamed. He shouldn't just bark at everybody, especially his fans, because it's probably his fans that's gonna watch. Uh, well, not me because I watched it because it got viral. I saw it on one side, but it doesn't matter. But some of the people who subscribe were to probably his shitty YouTube channel, or at least like my shitty YouTube channel, was that probably going to say, "What the hell, man?" I was just like, "Oh God!" It was just like, he's a moron. And he's old, and he was talking about, well, he already has plenty of money, he really didn't need to, and it was an important movie. I'm just like, important movie is not gonna save lives, it's not gonna save world hunger in Africa, it's not important, it's a fucking movie. It's and if he thinks that this here message he was probably having in that movie was so important, maybe he should fucking stop yammering about it and try to actually get it made and funded by other means than actually asking for it. Because the regular people out here could not be less interested than they already are. So yeah. So fuck Uwe Boll. Hope we get a great E3, and yeah, until next time, bye.